Okay, so I was told that I left out too much or I didn't get quite to the point or I didn't cover enough. So let me start this as the Bodyguard Chronicles. I was known as a touring bodyguard. Now, there are different levels to being a bodyguard. I was what you call an advanced man. There are also touring bodyguards. There are personal and up close bodyguards. There are corporate bodyguards slash corporate security agents, which also double as bodyguards. And then you have the upper echelon or the executive protection agent, which is actually a personal bodyguard. But now it's called an executive operative. I have been all of the above. Now, let me break down what I mean. A touring bodyguard accompanies an artist, singer, rapper, musician on a tour. A tour will consist of multiple cities, multiple states, and sometimes, if the artist is big enough, they will travel overseas. They will travel out of the country. Then you become an international bodyguard. Now, the last video I just mentioned a few states, and those are just some of the states that I had the most fun in. But of course, I've actually been to more than likely more than 50 states, and those 50 states, I've probably seen them at least 3 or 4 times. I was in the protection business for over 35 years. So that means that I'm not saying anything that's impossible, and I'm not saying anything that's untrue. Because you can always ask somebody. Man, Coco said he went to Japan, and Coco said he'd been to Australia, and Coco said he was in Canada. Is any of that true? Can anybody say they were with him? Well, believe it or not, there are a lot of people who can vouch for whatever I say on video. I was known as a touring bodyguard and an advance man. Now, when I say advance man, that means that I would get to places first before the artist and check out what's going on. So if I was going to a club, or if the artist wanted to go to a club, I would get to that club very early, more than likely an hour or two before the artist would even show up, and check the club out. I would actually make sure we can get in through other doors. I would make sure we can get out through other doors. I would check if we can go through kitchens, bathrooms, and if they had other doors. I would always check to make sure we had a way to get out and a secure way to get in so that there are just no unnecessary problems. Quick way ins, quick way outs. I would also check stages when we're doing a concert tour. I would check if we can get in and onto the stage safely. Stairways, staircases, entries. I would also check the dressing room to make sure that we can get into the dressing room. There's nobody in the dressing room. The doors are working properly. If I needed a key, I would get a key. All these different things have to go into doing advanced work. You're not just a big guy standing in front of or behind somebody looking mean or trying to be intimidating. It's a lot more methodical than that. We are more than just bodyguards. Bodyguard Chronicles #1.